Dr. Irvin Khoza, the chairman of the Premier Soccer League, he's just about begun his media briefing where he's organizing or outlining the organization's sponsorship conundrum. We know that DStv is the current sponsor of the domestic league. It had a 5-year contract. We're only in year 4, but speculation ripe that DStv and, in fact, this league might be parting ways. Let's get those details and listen in.
The happiness index in everything that we are doing. Now, somebody in our members of the Premier Soccer League leaked, a document about a circular about, why, they must not use their sleeves. That is antisocial behavior, because social messaging of the PSL is thorough, consistent, and predictable. Now, sitting here as the chairman of this league, I'm not surprised when they say one of the top 10 leagues in the world, because we know that the importance of a fixture. A fixture is fixed, it's not a mortgage. A fixture is very important for planning and to advance the purpose it's intended for. When we invite sponsors, because we are saying that, you've got the audience. We're a platform of go-to the transaction volumes, which you call your customers or whatever. So therefore, it's very important that, when you take out information which fragment the messaging, that is counting that impact that we are known for as a PSL. Thinking about Egypt, for instance, those that are affair with the issues in Egypt, last 2022 season, their league finished, I think, on the 18th of July. This season is going to end up in August, because they had to suspend the fixtures because of the Al-Ali games taking place. They're still catching up till now. Our fixtures are all moving at the same time. There are things that we do as a PSL when we build a calendar. We build a calendar by first making sure that we plot the dates that are given to us in terms of the international FIFA calendar, to make sure that those dates that are reserved are taken care of without making any mistakes. But also we've got another leg of CAF competitions, which assist us in drawing the fixture, making sure that also make allowances just in case the team could not make it back on time into the country. There are alternative dates that are also plotted into the calendar. As we know that there are competitions that are taking place right now. We are not sure now. We are sure that AFCON is taking place when. Nobody was sure. The other competitions that are impacted on the league that we need to accommodate, we're not sure. So when you take out a fixture with those uncertainties, it creates a problem, a disruption in the market. And I always say to you, and I relate this story, that every sponsor, when they buy a spot in the advertising around the match, they've done their research. They know that at this point in time, the eyeballs are at this level. So I must buy the spot to get my return on investment. But if that doesn't happen, how can they trust you as a product, as a go-to-market product? Because they are discounting now the eyeballs. I remember when I was not part of the television in 1975, when it started, because we were just being spoiled by Match of the Day, Martin Tyler. For those that are old enough, Saleman is not here, you remember that. We went and see the game at 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. But I didn't realize that, when you advertise sometimes at halftime, everybody has left the seat, is going to the bar, is going to have sandwich, is going to the gents, and is going outside to check his car is safe. It creates problems. So it's very important to understand all those dynamics when you prepare a product of a fixture. So the dates are very important to make sure that we do things in a manner that is going to be helpful for everybody. But more importantly, We all know that the season was abnormal last season. Abnormal in the sense that there was AFCON, where they switched out the dates. We would also make sure that you accommodate, the bronze medalists. We had to change about 8 games to accommodate. As we speak, I think Sundowns have played about 58 games, the whole season. Pirates has played 45 games, SuperSport 43 games, Stellenbosch 41 games. It's a killer. But also those players that went to the national team also had to play extra games. Now, the issues of recovery is a problem. Imagine we're still playing our games to end up 18th of August like Egypt. It will be chaotic. But we've managed the fixture in support of our sponsors, the partners, which are remarkable in making sure that this league is viable. Talking about multi-choice or super sport, it's quite remarkable when you read in the media some of the stories. This is one corporate citizen that I've got highly regard. The boss is here himself, Mark Jury, and his team, Mr. Rendani, Mr. Abrams is here. During COVID, when we were in trouble, media was writing, no, but how can the PSL go to the bubble? People will die, some of the media. But some of them later on, they came back and said, no, but when we study, we're going to lose our jobs. I said, hey, what do you mean now? But the important thing I want to highlight, our sponsor, our partner, never asked for a refund for non-performance of what we promised them, which was force majeure. But they said, we understand. Count on us. I want to thank you for that, because that's what partnership is all about. And that's why I did that, because I know that today we've got a channel 202. It's unheard of. That anything that we want to produce, to promote, to project, we've got a channel. But that channel is for content that is qualitative, because our market is very sensitive, very fastidious. So we make sure what we provide in that channel, it's a matter of content that is comparable. That's why I'm proud sitting here as the chairman of this league, that all the leagues in the continent, maybe 1 or 2 teams in Egypt, our supporters of each and every 32 teams of the league, they put the jerseys of their supporters, of their team that they're supporting. You go to some countries in the continent, you see United Nations, you see European Union, you see Arab League in terms of the regalia, not here. We're a stubborn market to make sure that you are relevant. Because local is local, because we're able to understand the nuances of the people, and that reminds me. The guiding principle of those that are educated, that Mr. Mama Buddha, he knows about intelligent quotient and the emotional quotient. But there's the social quotient that is very important in understanding how to create networks that deals with the issues of charisma. Football by its nature produces a lot of people with charisma. But the most important one is the one that is adversity quotient. If you are tried and tested, you have been bruised. That talks to character. So all the things that we do in a manner that is understandable to say, what is the market expecting? Our market is very fastidious. They know what is right, they know what is good for them. They are itching as we speak. When is the league starting? It shows that, on our toes to make sure that we do things in a manner that's going to assist us in making sure that, we start on the right footing. I can tell you that the league is starting on the 3rd of August, as indicated. No amount date is going to be shifted. It's starting exactly. The CEO will be issuing the fixture this afternoon of what is happening on the 3rd of August, as promised to everybody. Sitting here, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to invite Mr. Lawrence Michael to join me on the stage. It's a short day for me. Beyond this press conference, we now have Betway Premiership as a sponsor of the league. Thank you very much, DSTV Premiership sponsor. It was done in this way because it was part of the plan a long time ago. We in the executive committee, we know that. The media and other people don't know that. That's why we are here, because we are going to be continuing on other elements of our business. And I'm happy to welcome to the podium Lawrence Michael to talk about himself. He's got a team, he's going to introduce them, because that is the platform that is given to him. I must monopolize the platform, because I'm available to you at any given time. Congratulations for being part of the PSL.
Okay, good morning everybody, and thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's wonderful to be here and to talk about what we are going to be doing next. We're thrilled to announce a significant investment in multi-year partnership with the Premier Soccer League. This partnership, I must remind you, is the single biggest investment in South African sport. Okay, let that sink in. Biggest single investment in South African sport, and underscores Betway's commitment to the future of South African sport, and especially the future of South African football. Football is woven into the fabric of our lives. It's all part of our lives, whichever way we look at it, and forms an integral part of our identity as a brand. We take immense pride in supporting a league that captures the essence of football and culture in this country and beyond. Champion South African success stories. Our partnership with the PSL will honor the rich heritage and history of South African football while charting an innovative future for the industry. The Betway Premiership will draw on the league's legacy. You can even see from the logos that are presented to you how there's an extension of the PSL logo into the Betway Premiership logo. It will enhance the game today and build an even better future for the next generation of football stars and fans. I'm sure you're all aware that Betway as an international brand has been integrally involved with teams and leagues across the world. And I think our probably the partnership that we're best known for is the principal sponsor of West Ham in the English Premier League, which we've been partners with West Ham for many, many years. We are also the betting partners of Arsenal, Brighton and Hove, and Atletico Madrid, to name but a few. We are proud, very, very proud, to add the Betway Premiership to this illustrious list. In the short time that Betway has been represented in the South African market, which I must remind you is probably only 6 years, in fact it is 6 years, coming up in September, its commitment to furthering South African sport is really evident. And if you look at the properties in the 4 major sporting codes in South Africa, which is football, we now have the Betway Premiership. Cricket, the Betway SA20. Horse racing, the Betway Summer Cup. And rugby, we are a proud sponsor of the Springboks. So really this completes the picture for us. And it's a great picture. It shows our commitment. It shows that we put our money where our mouth is. It shows that we support South African sport. And we are happy to do the same with the PSL. One of the major issues that the chairman spoke about this morning, which we're definitely going to be furthering, is content. We think that we can do a lot with content around the PSL, around the heritage of the PSL, but we need a partner to do that. And DSTV is that partner. We've had an unbelievable partnership with DSTV from the day we've been in business. I think you see Betway everywhere. The DSTV and MultiChoice have been an amazing partner. We know they will continue being an amazing partner. I think in order to make things work, you need the league, you need a sponsor who's willing, and you need the broadcaster. And I think that we now have all three, and we're really going to tell a fantastic story. So in the, what do they say? Let the games begin, okay? Let the Premiership, let the Betway Premiership begin. We're ready, and I think you're going to see really some fantastic stuff from us in the future. And thank you to everybody at the PSL, especially the chairman, who's been a very, very willing partner, and we look forward to a very successful partnership. Thank you all.
And so there you have it, the winds of change blowing there for the PSL. A new sponsor steps into the breach. It's now called the Betway Premier League. Previously, of course, the DSTV Premier League, and an announcement there being made that this is considered the biggest single investment in South African sports. I must say, those speaking there were a bit scant on the details, no facts and figures being thrown around. And of course, the devil is always in the detail, as they say. Hopefully, some of those will be forthcoming as we continue listening into, I imagine, a Q&A session that's going to follow after this. But we know that DSTV had one more year left in their contract, and it seems there's been some kind of agreement for them to take up a different kind of role in this partnership. I mean, you know, for any kind of successful league, we're told you need, of course, the league itself, a sponsor that's willing, and a broadcaster to come on board. And it seems DSTV will continue hanging around in that capacity.